Believers, I hope you're having a great Monday. Bitcoin down just a little bit on the day. Are we concerned? Of course, we're not concerned. This is the big week. We've had enormous amounts, $2.2 billion of inflows over the last 5 days for all of the ETFs combined. The Ethereum ETF is starting to soar. People are getting super excited right now. They're getting real into what's going on. It looks like we are in a really good position. The markets are ready to soar. Everything is all lined up. Today, I'm going to give you 5 reasons Bitcoin is pumping to an all-time high. Is it going to be this week? I think so. I think, well, you know what? Let me just say, I think 72,000 is probably the next impulse move for Bitcoin. And I've got some analysts who are backing that up as well. So we're going to talk about all that and more. And we're going to figure out this crazy, crazy world called crypto. And let's jazz it up a little bit. This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
I can read a chart like a Superman, and I've got a show that has a lot of fans. I'm streaming every day and almost every night. I bought some Bitcoin cause I'm always right. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeds. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeds. I'll break a crypto wallet down for you, for you. I built a crypto channel, streaming live at night, and I'm the only YouTube streamer who's always right. Every morning I go live and say to all you guys, don't fall for all these other people and their lies. You might wonder who I am, but don't forget that I'm the man. They call me Bleeds. I'll do any chart you want me to. They call me Bleeds. I'll break a crypto wallet down for you, for you, for you.
All right, guys, let's get into it. Let's go over a few things right now. I want to clarify a couple of things because we do have some of the markets starting to pump, but I want to give you a chart so that you understand what's going on. Now, the first one up here is going to be Chiba. Guys, I gave this to you a while back. It's been a massive run so far, but here's the thing. We're testing right now the 2-3 line, and that's where I sense rejection because we've come up above. We're on that path. By the way, I think the next big impulse move is going to be about 4x away. So we could be going into that move right now. We could be getting into that spot. Now, this is the 4-hour chart, and you can see here that, you know, we had this big impulse move overnight. We got a big move up into this range and then immediately started to get this red candle on the 4-hour. So if I were to break this into the 1, then you're right here right now. This would be a point where, look, take your original investment out. Make sure that you're on house money at this point. That 236 line has me scared. The reason that it has me scared is because we've gone here once. We've gone here twice. Now we're coming up here for a breakout. If it gets rejected, then it's over. Okay. If it does not get rejected, then it's going to start pumping super hard. If you've made money on this and you are in a good position, don't risk it for the biscuit, if you will. Take your original investment out, let the rest ride on house. Here's the thing. If it rides on house, and look, if you put $500 into it and you made 500 bucks off of it, and there's an opportunity for you right now to just hold on to 500 bucks at $1 million market cap. This thing goes to 100 million. That's 50,000 bucks. Okay. You're here. You've already got yourself set up. You're in a great position right now. Don't fumble your bag. Okay. Don't fumble your bag. Make sure that you've got a taste in there. But you know, be concerned about that rejection that could happen right here. Now, by the way, when I say that, that does not mean, by the way, that if I project it, this is probably going to happen, that we're going to get this impulse run. If we were to get that impulse run, if that were to happen, if don't invest at this 236 line. That is not the spot where you get in. That's not where, that's not how this works. What you're looking for is you're looking for a move into this yellow range right here before you make a move. At worst case, this 786 line. Look how strong this thing bounces when it gets into these ranges. And you're not looking at upward movement. This is really just kind of sideways movement. You might be able to make a tiny argument here, right there, that it's going up just a little bit, but that's really just kind of trending sideways. So you had a lower high, by the way. You got into the golden zone. This is good. It looks good so far, but there are problems with this. Let me pull this up just a little bit better for you. So what I'm saying is get your original investment out, ride on house money right now, be very careful, but it could also continue and just go absolutely bonkers. But look, if you're a professional, if you're one of those guys, if you can risk it, leave it in. I don't give a shit. But if you can't and you need wins, then take your win when you've got your win, and whatever your remaining moon bag is. If it does something spectacular, then you're going to make a pretty decent amount. Okay. It's the difference between 50,000 and 100,000. I mean, that's ridiculous, right? Right. I mean, Roy Gonzalez is asking, is there any particular reason that API 3 broke out? And by the way, guys, if you didn't see it yesterday, API 3 broke out big, big, big time. And there, let me go over here and grab it for you. By the way, there was no real there was no gigantic move reason. Okay, so give me 1 second here. It was just time for API 3 to move. API is surging, currently trading at $1.99, up 42% in the last 24 hours, spiked to a low of $1.40, high of 231, showing strong buying momentum. There was no real reason for this thing to have broken out other than it was just time and people are starting to find it. And then once it started to surge a little bit, people started to look in and people started to see, hey, you know what? There is something to this right now. And boom, you had that breakout. The only thing that's been big in the API 3 ecosystem was the DAO that was just launched, but that was launched about a month ago. So there's no really big narrative out here that was driving that price other than it was just time to rip. It was time for an explosive move. Now, the part that matters here is we got that retest right here in this $2 range, got rejected off of that range. The question right now is, what would it look like with a short-term move? Short-term move from the impulse up to here means that you're already in that golden ratio again. So it is possible that you're looking for another big move getting ready to happen. That next big move to 227 to 230. So if you're holding on to some, and by the way, let's also point out, because it's important here, we're down $45 billion on the day, US market in sell mode. The whole market's been kind of in sell-off mode, but what that means right here is, remember the narrative. When you have a sell-off, when you have a moment here where price starts to dump a little bit, when you have one of those things happen, when it flips back over and we get back into buy mode, what will happen? This will resume. So this is getting ready to start big time. And by the way, I would expect right now that the next impulse move, which is coming, by the way, is right here, and that's at $3, and that takes you into your golden zone off of this trend right here. Now, we have not created a trend reversal yet. It's looking like it might be in place. This kind of move upwards right here for that breakout, like we might be there. We have certainly broken out of the downward trend line, no matter what. But the next move here is going to be on the broader market to do it. But once that happens, I would expect that you're going to see a continued surge up into that $3 range, maybe even testing that $5 high one more time. It's just a matter of time, guys, before API absolutely breaks out. If there's four different cryptos that I am absolutely bullish about that I think are going to have those breakouts, this will be one of them. So if you don't already, you should have yourself a bag of API 3. Now, in the event that you're interested in where to enter, this is actually the entry zone. Doesn't mean that it can't come down more. You could be looking at $1.70 maybe. $1.54 would be a gift. That's going to be the 786 right there. Let me pull this up. That 786 that you see right there could be in the cards. It's about $1.55, but $1.70 to $1.81. That's the golden ratio of this impulse move. So that's the move that, that's the spot where you want to enter. If you didn't get in down here like I did, or like the rest of us did at $1.30, $1.40, that's on you, boo boo. And just for clarity's sake, just to give you guys, when I have sponsors, and you guys know that I have multiple sponsors here, you know that I've got KCEX, CoinW. By the way, sign up at CoinW today. Also, I have a call channel on CoinW that I'll be releasing for you pretty soon. But here's the thing. All my money from KCEX, all my money from CoinW, all of that's just being, all I'm doing right now is buying API 3. And with my main stuff, I'm buying DevvE. And I'll explain that a little bit later, and a bag of MSI, because I think TickerTrending is going to be the next big thing. I've signed up for TickerTrending, so I'm now in that network, if you will. So going to be a lot of cool stuff happening here pretty soon. By the way, MSI down about 10% right now, having a little bit of a broad sell-off. That is again, it's a gift. That's an opportunity for you to get your bag stacked when you when the opportunity presents itself. And by the way, just in case you guys didn't know, I did put this down here and say that I expect this thing to bounce off of this and start coming back into this range. And let me show you what's happening right now. What I expected to see happen was, you can see the little purple thing right here. I said I expected to come down here into this zero. After it comes down into this zero, that's where the reversal is going to happen. Guess what? That's where it is right now. Now, is it bearish in any way? No. So I would expect that as this market bleeds a little bit, I don't know how low it's going to get. I don't know how much of this sell-off is going to go. We'll look at the liquidation map in just a few minutes, and we'll get an idea of where it's going to go. But this is right here based on fib. This is your accumulation spot right now, in the event that this, in fact, is the end of this move. Okay. And if it is, then expect to see a big reversal back into the 23, 50's 23, 50's 25 coming up very, very soon. And from here, from where it is right now, that's about an 80% move. So I would expect and suspect that we're going to see MSI over the next couple of days have a nice big change of position. So, and that is another one that I'm largely into, that I'm a big fan of. So let's see what happens. And of course, I assure you, there's plenty more. There's Speedy. There's stuff out here. There's Saitama Reborn also having a little bit of a breakout right now. But let's continue on. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's talk about the 5 big things right now for Bitcoin. The analysts list 5 key reasons why the Bitcoin price might hit an all-time high. Number 1, the Federal Reserve rate cuts and the economic sentiment. People are getting super excited right now. According to Michael Vanderpop, key reason for Bitcoin's recent price momentum has been the growing probability of the Federal Reserve cutting interest rates. Consequently, there's been a growing risk on sentiment among investors, which will lead people into crypto. Vanderpop notes that the expectation around the Federal Reserve decision have been critical drivers of recent Bitcoin price increases, with more liquidity potentially entering the market. And we've got another decision coming in about 30 days about whether or not there will be another rate cut. There's no meeting in October. There will be in November and December. So we'll get potentially 2 more rate cuts. Now, there is some concern in the market about rate cuts. Was 50 basis points too aggressive? Is that a problem for the market? And there is a possibility that is a problem. Okay, that's there's we could see inflation get pretty hot. Here's the great part, though. I saw gas yesterday, $2.69 in my area. And remember, the biggest driver of inflation right now is energy costs, right? We are the #1 manufacturer of oil in the world at this point. We're putting out more than we did even in the Trump era. But it hasn't translated to the pump at this point, and that should be noted. Now, there were cuts in oil production, stuff like that, to try to keep prices elevated and try to keep prices high, but it looks like that's kind of waned a little bit. So we're getting a little bit of a discount at the gas pump, which will lead to a little bit of a discount in prices. And by the way, you're not just going to see prices start to tumble, you're just going to see lots of sales. You're going to see, I think somebody's arguing with me because eggs around me are like $1.99 for a dozen eggs. Now, not 79 cents like it was before. So, not bragging, or $1.59 at worst or something like that. It's like $2.49 for a dozen eggs. And by the way, $2.49 for a dozen eggs to me seems kind of reasonable, considering that that's kind of a lot of, that's kind of a lot. So I don't have a problem with it at $2.49. When it goes above that, gross. You know what I mean? But you're going to see those kind of prices are going to start to come down. But I see them on sale constantly here, $2.49. Cereal the other day, which I don't eat cereal because I'm not trying to die. But cereal prices the other day, there were, and I haven't seen this in a long time. Boxes were like 3 boxes of, what is the one that starts with a K? Not Special K, but whatever it is. Whatever it is, it was like 3 for $5, and then there were some other ones that were like 3 boxes for $6. So the sales are coming in, so you're going to see that start to show up everywhere, and everybody's going to be throwing super sales over the next little while because energy costs are coming down, so your prices will start to normalize, if you will. And that's no matter who the president is, by the way. We're going to normalize, prices will normalize pretty soon. So that's a good sentiment. And if it continues, then there's going to be some more rate cuts, because the data that comes in next month is going to look stellar because of that lowered energy cost, if it in fact happens. We'll see. But next up, whale accumulation points to institutional confidence. Now, another bullish signal in the surge of whale activity in the Bitcoin market. According to on-chain analytics, the rate of accumulation of Bitcoin by large holders has been accelerating since mid-2024. Vandepop notes that the same pattern of whale accumulation were present in the previous Bitcoin bull runs, particularly between the 2020 and 2021 runs, in which price hit new all-time highs. Crypto whales have a habit of hoarding, which takes place during periods of price consolidation, a sign of them having faith in a future price rise. In most cases, this accumulation is followed by great price movements because large holders are positioning themselves ahead of anticipated up movements. So that's what's happening right now. Also, declining stablecoin dominance. Now, if you were to check out stablecoins, it's not the dominance. It's that everything is moving up a lot, and you're starting to see this surge in Bitcoin price getting near again. We waked out 69,000 just, I think it was yesterday or the day before. Ethereum was at 2710, something like that. But also, while that's happening, you've got $120 billion sitting here in Tether, and you've got 35 almost sitting in USDC. So you're still seeing money coming into the market, despite that you're not seeing it go into absolute price pump. You're not seeing the absolute price pump, but that $120 billion in Tether, that's not sitting there for its health. That's sitting there because that's where buyers are going to step in. The volume traded $64 billion on stablecoins yesterday, 5.9 billion on stablecoins on USDC yesterday. So it's only a matter of time at this point until all of that money starts to move into these other cryptos, right? And by the way, shout out to Bitcoin, which is now up 1 trillion total dollars over Ethereum. You're having a nice little breakout. What a good number. What a good number to see. Anyway, so stablecoin dominance is starting to come down. You're still seeing money come in, but you're seeing a bigger surge in assets, which means people are putting their risk out there, which is a great sign. Also, Bitcoin ETF adoption, $2.2 billion last week came into this market from the, let me show you. So this is the flows that happened over the last bunch of days. And I mean, guys, this is, you can't even make this up. This is just ridiculous numbers right here. 556 million, 374 million. That, by the way, last Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, 254 million in inflow. That started a run of inflow. 556 million, 373 million, 457 million, 473 million, 274 million. That was an incredible run and an incredible surge, 2.2 billion, because guess what? The Ethereum ETF was doing not exactly the same thing, but close to it. Again, this is 6 days out, so this was the Friday before last. Then you had minus 100K, but then you had 17 million in inflows, and you had that offset slightly with 12.7 million in outflows, meaning about 5 million, 4 million in inflows that day. But then after that, you had 24 million, you had 48 million, then you finished the week at 1.9 million. So you had an extra $100 million worth of inflows. And by the way, remember, this was about 570 million a week ago. It's now down to 467 million, which means that the reversal has happened for Ethereum. People are starting to get excited for the potential and possibility of an Ethereum rally happening as well. Speaking of which, it's not the same thing, but Charles Hoskinson said that he thinks that Cardano is going to flip Bitcoin. No, no. Anyway, so the inflows from the ETFs are really starting to show up, and that's why you can expect that over the next couple of days, we're going to get another surge from Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin surge is going to take us up into, again, we're using fib retracement because it's the easiest way to kind of predict exactly where it's going to go next. And by the way, it doesn't matter what tool that you're using, all the tools are designed to do the same thing. They're designed to give you these ratios and rates and stuff like that and tell you where they think something is going to go. So ultimately, let's get rid of some of these lines here so that they're out of the way. Ultimately, what we did was we came up here, we hit 69,400 late last night, something like that. And then after that, we've had this big sell-off, right? Well, that's not going to continue. All we're doing right now is consolidating in range. We zoom out here just a little bit, and you can see right here, we're in the big volume node, the second biggest volume node right now. The big one is at 63,000, but we're at the second biggest volume node. A surge takes us up above 72 to about 71,600, which means that we'll probably end up at the next level, which is at this point 72,100. So that's where we're probably headed during the course of this week. I would expect that we're going to bounce here at 66.2 and then probably come back up here for a test and then break out into 72 over the course of this week. It's in the stars, baby. What is the thing for this week? For this week, we got durable goods month over month. So that's not going to have too big an effect. That will affect the broader market, by the way, because that's durable goods. So that'll affect the Dow Jones quite a bit. So we'll see what happens there. But Bitcoin, guys, it is getting ready to absolutely rip. Also, just to confirm my bias, what I'm telling you, Bitcoin bulls are targeting 72,000, says Analyst. And then, by the way, when I saw this morning, I was like, am I the analyst? I was not the analyst. So, thank you. Speaking with Decrypt, Avinash Shakur, founder of CEO of Pi42, believes Bitcoin is approaching a critical resistance level at 70,000. He says Bitcoin is currently trading at 68.7, fueled by Kamala Harris's support for crypto, Trump's 60% odds of re-election, low interest rates, and diminished fears of World War III. He added that the bulls are targeting 72,000 in the near term, while bears are looking to defend against a drop below 66,005. Interestingly, Bitcoin's open interest has surged to new highs, signaling increased participation and interest from crypto derivatives. Did I just say crypto instead of crypto? God damn it. Total of OI stands at 40.57 billion, with 593,000 Bitcoin locked in open contracts. The renewed enthusiasm among traders comes as the U.S. presidential election is set to take place on November 5, and former President Donald Trump is currently leading with 61.4% odds. By the way, that's not real. That's just Polymarket. But if you like Donald Trump, then you use Polymarket, which is the gambling website. Gamblers don't win all the time. Otherwise, people wouldn't have gambling websites because they would lose their asses. So the fact that it's 61.4% odds doesn't mean that it's actually true. And I do think that look, yesterday, there was a move by Trump yesterday to go work at a McDonald's. And look, I know it was closed, but it doesn't matter. If you're open, if you're serving people, you're still putting in the work. So if you got people that you know that are liberal that are crying like the store wasn't even open. Okay, it was open for his fans. So shut up. Anyway, that was a very good look. That was a very good look yesterday. And those are the kind of things, those are the kind of drivers and indicators right now that he does have a much better shot than people were giving credit for a month ago. A month ago, I thought he was dead in the water. Okay. Kamala Harris seemed to be having a nice big surge. I was getting a little bit nervous, but today I feel way more comfortable. Now, look, ultimately, it doesn't matter who the president is. It matters in the context that we're still get a bull run, but I don't think it will be as good with Donald Trump as it would be with Kamala Harris. Or wait a minute, reverse that. I don't think it would be as good with Kamala Harris as it would be with Donald Trump. I think Donald Trump gives you an opportunity for a $250,000 Bitcoin. Kamala Harris probably caps you out around 200,000 Bitcoin because she'll do stuff in the market that just will not help the markets grow. She'll be cautious in her approach and stuff like that. He will just be, he'll just go wild. He'll just wild out, try to give everybody a bunch of money, cut taxes on Social Security, which would be a great. By the way, that's a great thing to stimulate money in people's pockets. Doesn't affect me, doesn't affect a lot of people, but it still affects a lot of other people. All of us are probably not getting it, but those little things right there will put more money in people's pockets. That will put more potential for investment out there, more risk on sort of situations. And by the way, this is the spot. This is it, guys. This is where we get rich, right? This is where it is. Okay said he has now done 15 more minutes than Kamala ever had. And you know what? He lies because he's a campaigner. And by the way, let me just say that it's not really a lie, if you will. He's just, I mean, look, it is a lie, but it's politicking. Okay, it's politicking. He's taking shots at her and stuff like that. So, oh well. And look, while Kamala's out here doing a bunch of things, and by the way, she's doing a bunch of great things when it comes down to the way that she's campaigning. She's ignoring the media. She's focused on the people and stuff like that. And that's a really good thing. That's what you probably should be doing. The problem is that Trump is using social media and absolutely. And by the way, Elon has got the algorithm tuned up so that you're political. Everything is political right now. And I've been muting and blocking people on the left and the right. There's not a whole lot of politicking going on my thread anymore. Most basically because I muted Elon Musk. I unmuted him the other day because somebody said something and I was like, all right, well, I'll just go read. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy's out of his mind. I don't want to read Elon Musk. So he's muted. And once he was muted and once a few different people, now I've not muted real Donald Trump. I haven't muted Kamala Harris, but I've muted almost everything else that's political oriented. And my feed is back to crypto, business as usual. So mute, just use the mute button. Okay, so in a report shared with Decrypt, Bernstein said that the rising Trump odds are being interpreted as bullish for Bitcoin. Now, are they bullish for Bitcoin? Yes, they are. So as it gets closer and as we start to see, and by the way, one of the things that you're seeing is you're seeing people, and look, I know a lot of you don't like the truth because you have your own truths. When people are telling you all of these people are voting Republican and early voting and stuff like that, they're lying to you. They're grifting you because that's what they are. They're liars and grifters, and it's an ever tightening bubble of people. Okay, don't take value in what they say. Take value in the results that you see, not what other people are saying, because they're lying to you because they're trying to get your attention. By the way, I do it all day too on Twitter. I'm just not lying to you about it. I'm telling you shit you don't like. But remember that you're not getting honest information out of a lot of people when it comes down to it. Because what they're doing is they're helping just in case later on we need to say it was stolen. They took it, they stole it, or whatever the stupid shit is that they're going to do if he doesn't win. Okay. So that's all the setup for all of this crybaby nonsense. Now, in the event that people are early voting and it is Republicans, that's actually a great sign, and it would mean a landslide. It really would, if that were accurate. But when you get Donnie Dingbat or Ding Dong, Demarcules, or any of these idiots out here who are just telling you 98% of all the early voters are Republicans this time. Hell yeah, baby. They're just lying to you. You still have to vote. Don't take any of that as confidence builders. Don't say, well, we're going to win, baby. And then you don't vote. You have to go vote for Donald Trump if you want him to win. The end. There's no two ways about it, because let me tell you something. The Democratic side, they are motivated. Okay. They are motivated. If you want crypto mass adoption, you have to vote for Donald Trump, and you have to do it. You can't just sit on the sidelines for this one. Mobilize. Anyway, moreover, Kamala Harris's clear policy statements in support of cryptocurrency has also contributed to the overall bullish sentiment, reducing fears of negative regulatory environment regardless of the election outcome. That's what I've been telling you guys the whole time. It's not going to be as good as it would be with Donald Trump, but she's turned into more bullish on digital assets, to the point that Liz Warren came out and said, "Me no, not hate them. Me no, not like them. Bitcoin be very very good. Me just want to smoke them peace pipe with regulation. Me want them regulation." So even Liz Warren is as pro Bitcoin as she can be at this point without offending her donors. You know what I'm talking about. So it's a very, very weird thing. Retail sentiment has also shifted to risk on. Trading platform Robinhood has seen a 10% growth in activity in active traders quarter on quarter, with crypto trading revenues up 160%. People are starting to pay attention. Early retail, the big retail, not even here yet, but the early retail already coming in. So let's move on now, because we need to talk about drug addicts, right? Look, if you are an addict, you might hold Cardano. Okay. Charles Hoskinson just had another, I guess, breakdown stroke, I want to call it. Cardano will surpass Bitcoin. He even suggested that many governments around the world might use the technology behind Cardano to run their systems. That's possible. I'm not saying that it's not, but Cardano is a type of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, but it's designed to be smarter and more efficient. While Bitcoin has been the go-to choice for many people, Cardano aims to offer better features that could make it more appealing in the long run. Hoskinson's vision is that Cardano will not only be popular among everyday people, but will also be the choice of governments, which would mean that important services like voting, banking, and record keeping, all of them could run on Cardano's platform. Now, that's very important. That's very good. Those kind of things, that sort of mass adoption is exactly what you're looking for. And it would take a lot of that in order for Cardano to flip Bitcoin. There's no chance otherwise that it would flip Bitcoin. But look, if he's excited about it, cool. But I don't feel it. So let me know what you think, by the way, in the comments. If you think that there's a chance here that Cardano is going to flip Bitcoin, let me know how you think it's going to happen in the comment section. So otherwise, I just don't think it's going to happen. But let's move on. We can't give too much time to that, because that's just, to me, that's the talk of a crazy person at this point. Elon Musk mentions XRP at Pennsylvania rally boosts crypto prices. Now, Elon Musk made a mention of XRP yesterday and boost crypto prices. No, it did not. I mean, you can see it right here. You saw it run up to 56 cents. But yes, but the day before it was at 57 cents. So did it spike? No. This is just nonsense, right? Because here's the thing. Elon doesn't move the markets anymore. He's been talking about the Department of Government Efficiency, which is Doge. He's been talking about that for a while now. And guess what? Doge price, it's not exploding. It's by the way, it is in an upward fashion. It's not, we're not looking at it in a bearish context anymore. It seems like everybody's kind of got a trend reversal, but this trend reversal, very small, very minor. It's not really setting the world on fire. Dogecoin, I mean. So I'm not too excited about that. And he doesn't move markets the way that he did before. That being said, it turns out he doesn't know anything about XRP, because the guy asked, what are the odds of XRP, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, oh, that's XRP. But then I like cryptocurrency. I think blah, 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 blah. He just like bullshitted his way through an answer. And the reason for that was very simple. Come in close. I'm going to tell you a secret. closer. Elon doesn't know shit about XRP. He doesn't know shit about most cryptos. All he knows is Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Okay, so Elon Musk is not your XRP guy. He has no idea what's going on with XRP. He has no interest in XRP. None of that really matters to him. Crypto for him is a novel sort of concept and a novel sort of idea and something to quote unquote have fun with. If it happens to moon or something like that, cool. If it doesn't matter. He's already made a bunch of money. He's already on his trajectory and his plan. Now, what is his plan, you might ask? Mars, self-driving autonomous cars. At no point is it Bitcoin. At no point is it Dogecoin. These are novelty ideas to Elon Musk. That's why he's no longer moving these markets. Now, that being said, when we get into the bull run and a bunch of retail comes back into the market, he will start moving the market again. Okay. Those of us who are here now, we're inoculated from Elon Musk doing something. Those of us that are institutional, if you will, they're inoculated from Elon Musk moving markets anyway. So that's why he doesn't have an effect on the market anymore. But there's a time coming where it will reverse and he will have a big impact on crypto again. It's just not right now. So be watching out for a change when he starts having, by the way, when you see Elon Musk talk about a crypto and it has a gigantic impact, then you will know that we're in the bull run. Also, let's talk about this. Why did World Liberty Financial flop and fail? This is an excerpt from the 13th edition of The Funding. Donald Trump's project, World Liberty Financial, put forward a grand vision when it said it aimed to shake up the crypto world with something huge. Only its token sale has been anything but. Instead of substantial amounts of flows into its coffers, the project has failed to see anything close to its initial target for the sale. It was hoping to raise $300 million, but it has managed so far to raise only $13.5 million. That's not even 5% of its goal. Okay. Right now it's at 4% of its total goal. Investors didn't need to look far to find possible reasons why. In a 13-page gold paper instead of a white paper released earlier this week, they said that DT Marks DeFi LLC, connected to the Trump family, has a right to receive 75% of the net protocol revenues and $337 million in WLFI tokens at the token sale price. So what they're basically telling you is they're going to take your money and they're going to dump on you. Now, look, I'm not saying that that is what's going to happen. I'm not saying that, and I don't think that Trump would do that. I don't think that Trump or his family would do that. I think that if they were trying to do something like this, they would use it for building, they would use it for, but this is exactly what a scam looks like. And guys, again, you don't have to believe it because it's Donald Trump, and I don't think that it is. But it is wearing a dress and it does have a D. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, people are not gonna do anything. And by the way, the token, because there's no coin, but the token is not tradable. So there's no way that this is going to end well, right? So Jaehan Shu, co-founder and managing partner of Kinetic Capital, said that this created doubt in even the most diehard supporter about the viability of the project from an investment standpoint. Now, if you're a diehard Trump supporter or something like that and you don't have a bag, you're the problem. And by the way, the reason you're the problem is because you looked at the same thing and you're like, what? It doesn't look good the way that it is. They're going to have to do something to try to kind of fix the way that this looks. Yet Sue, did I say co-founder? Jesus Christ. Because his name is Sue. Co-founder and executive chairman of Animoca Brands, concurred with Chu, telling me the whole thing looks a bit like a cash grab. While Trump has indicated his support for the crypto industry, he and his family have not yet demonstrated that he truly understands the spirit and ethos of Web3, which is very much about sharing the network effect and community building. Hero and Folkman of Doe Finance, a DeFi lending project that lost $2 million in a hack in July. They've reportedly been involved in multiple lawsuits across the U.S. in 2017, for instance. The case was reportedly settled in 2019. Both denied the claims. Folkman reportedly also ran a dating advisory business. describing the aim as to take girls home and I don't even know why that's in here with this. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, oh, it's because it's because World Liberty Financial's Chase Harrow and Zach Folkman were part of this. So those are the founders. Those are along with Donald Trump and the Trump kids. The founders here are allegedly predators. So weak tokenomics and the co-founder's controversial history aren't the only concerns. The project plans to launch an instance of Aave V3 platform on Ethereum, offering liquidity for Ether, Wrap, Bitcoin, stablecoins, and potentially other digital assets before expanding to layer 2 network Scroll. Joe McCann, founder and CIO of Asymmetrical Finance, is just another borrow and lending app, which was innovative 5 years ago, but isn't now. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. This is a bad move, and it's not going to go anywhere. Even if a bunch of your friends are like, oh, of course it's going to go somewhere because it's Donald Trump. He's the one that's got. Look, it's not. This is dead right now. They're gonna. It'll be nice to see them make a pivot to, look, we realized we did some things here wrong. We wanted to make sure that you guys understood, and this is what we intend to do. Let's clarify some of this process and see where it goes. But as of right now, this looks like a disaster. So let's hope for the best. Now, before we go any further, let's talk about Ultrarevo. Ultrarevo, you guys know what I did here was I got into the indices trading machine. I put 7,500 bucks into the indices, and this was a risk, by the way, but I put 7,500 into it, and guess what I got out? Over the course of 7 days, I got 1,575 USD. So, what a good number. And look, of all people, of all people, I needed that one. All right, so we're we'll withdraw it later. But so 7,500 has turned into 1,575 in a very short period of time. That is going to be by virtue of the market moving in a positive direction for me. So if you haven't already, certainly go check out Ultrarevo.biz. Look, they're giving away, basically, they're giving away phenomenal returns at this point. Look, the rest of the market's doing the same thing. But the fact that you can get this, the fact that this is happening out here right now on a platform, for me, is not falling deaf ears. So, guys, go check out Ultrarevo.biz today. I'm going to do that cash withdrawal in a little bit, and I'm going to buy dinner. Not for $1,300, whatever the amount of 1,500. Not for that, but I'm gonna go buy dinner because. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, I don't have a fitness channel. Um, it is not. It is not even his second language. Matty is out of his mind and makes no damn sense. But he's Italian. His first language is Italian. So that's why. Do you think the Elon wallet from 2013 has any relevance to PayPal Mafia? No, I don't think that has any relevance on anything. If it did, it had relevance through maybe 2015, 2016, 2017. After that, nobody gives a shit anymore. Again, he has very limited influence at the moment in crypto. But again, it's not because there's anything wrong with Elon. It's because retail that would support. And by the way, the fact that he said, I will not use my platform for political means, that I don't want to do undue influence, et cetera, et cetera. And now he's offering like $1 million a day if you vote. If he's doing that kind of stuff right now, then he's jumped the shark for a lot of people. So his influence is probably going to be a little bit muted, except in the crypto community. But the crypto community is already here. So some other people from the crypto community will come back. His influence will grow, but it won't be as crazy, I don't think, as it was before. Now, I could be 100% wrong with that, by the way, and I want to be wrong because I want to, like we need another Floki coming around. You know what I mean? We need new cryptos like that, just exploding in price, and Elon is kind of at the forefront of that when he talks about Optimus AI, which I think went to like 100 million market cap, the Optimus AI token. Floki, which is now billions of dollars in market cap. When he talks about these things, he moves the market. So, maybe something like that's going to happen, but we'll see. It'll be later. So anyway, let's keep moving on here. The fear and greed index is still cooking at 72. Now you can see here for 5 days now, we've been at 70. It's sitting at 73, 72, 73, 71, 73. Guys, we are either going to absolutely exponentially break out or we're going to be coming down strong bad. And by the way, when you look at the market over here, we're down $55 billion on the day. We're starting to see that broad sell-off happen. Solana had a nice little spike. And look, by the way, Solana broke out of its trend line. Remember, I told you this the other day that this trend line was happening, and we back tested, and we're breaking out above. So I think that I think that this is just a little confirmation that the bears are correcting to that downside for a short spell. And then let me refresh this a little bit and let's see what happened on the 24-hour. On the 24-hour, we came down through. We got this liquidity right here, came through this. Probably a little more downward pressure to around 66,700 on the short term, and then a reversal would be imminent back up to test 70,000. As far as liquidity going down here, you can see right here, like we've really kind of wicked through as much as we could. Again, the best possible scenario, 66,007, 66,008, somewhere in that neighborhood, and then a potential like big sort of reversal coming up this way. So there's that as well. And then let's come down here, and you can see right here when you come out to the bigger, you've already wicked into that big liquidity range. You might be pulling through a little bit more of this, but then after that, it's I think everybody should be pretty positive about what's going on at this point with price action. So sitting at 72 right now. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, perfect. Good shot, man. GRU rugged. Let's go look at GRU. Sure shit did. Well, with 12,000 in liquidity, it looks like it was dead anyway. I mean, not for nothing, but it looks like it was dead at this point. People had taken their money out on the 15th, it looks like, after the pump, and it just didn't have any. I don't know who the team was. They reached out to me to do a promo. We did a promo, and here's the chart on GRU right now. They just removed the liquidity for $12,000. Oh, Jesus Christ, they did it 5 days ago. God damn it, they did it 5 days ago. All that for 12. People are garbage. Anyway, oh, by the way, look at this one. Kabosu up 66.7% today. Chiba, we already talked about that one, up 32.5% today. Saitama on Solana, let's go, baby. Continuing its upward journey right there. Look, we can effectively say that Saitama Reborn has had a real breakout. It's going to have to get up here. It's going to have to test that 2068. It's going to have to come back up here and test that 1 penny. Otherwise, people are going to get real upset with it and they're going to fade it. But it really has to come up here and test that 1.5 cent range up here at that golden ratio. If that happens, then you would expect there would be a gigantic breakout if that were to happen. Okay, because that would be a real upward sort of momentum thing. And there's a big announcement. It is my understanding there is a big announcement for them tonight. Let me give you the details. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we're hosting a Spaces tonight, October 21. That's today at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be discussing some exciting updates, and we'll be thrilled to hear your thoughts. So I'll be on the Saitama Reborn Spaces tonight at 7 p.m. If you guys want to hear what is going on, I'll share the link when I get it. You know what I'm saying? So Still made 500 bucks. Yeah, dude. I mean, sometimes, look, guys, sometimes these people are going to come to me and we're going to do the promos because I got hacked. So, I'm not like Tom Crown where I don't have to take any paid promos or any of that. Like I got to eat, you know what I mean? So, sometimes I'm going to take a promo. Sometimes they're not going to work out. But get your money out always in each and every one of these. That's the important part. Get your money out. Ride on house money on everything. And if you do that, the ones that actually break out are going to give you a good yield and a good return. You're not going to win every single one of them, but sometimes, every once in a while, one of them's going to pop up here on the radar, and they're going to be like this one right here. Guys, I gave you Speedy down here. I gave you Speedy over here when it was at half a cent right now, and it was trading at almost 5 cents. That is a 10x. That's 50x from the beginning. But I mean, guys, look, every once in a while, you're going to take an L, but a lot of times you're going to get that big win. Matter of fact, I talked to the Speedy guys. I think we're going to renew this partnership. I think we're going to continue on. We're going to continue working and talking about Speedy, because I really think that this thing is going to go absolutely out of its mind at some point. It's already at 33 million market cap. Like, this is, again, I don't, Turbo, the Turbo thing is setting at 700 million market cap right now with a couple million in liquidity. Had an enormous spike the other day. When this market flips, and it will flip back, but when it flips back, then I think that this one has an opportunity to do the same thing. And if you're looking at it from that context, and you take a quick look at Speedy from there, 33 million market cap, that's 20x away from the 600 million market cap that it's at right now. Turbo, I mean. But Turbo is probably going to be the first turtle meme coin to go well over $1 billion market cap. And that means that Speedy, just like Doge and SHIB, could be right there along with it, because it's the same sort of cute narrative and stuff like that. And look, people love turtles. They think they're cute, stuff like that. And by the way, you got that big impulse move and you got it into the golden zone. It immediately got bought back strong. So the momentum is on the Speedy's side right now. But again, we're down $57 billion. Let me pull this up sideways. We're down $57 billion on the day. So everything's going to come down like that. So, there you go. Now, Ride or Die says Speedy Rug. No, I mean, by the way, always look at the liquidity. See if it's, see if it's unlocked. Go look, by the way, if you're ever curious, go look over here at the holders and see who's holding the supply. Find out how much they have. There's SpeedyVault.eth, which is holding 27 million tokens. And then there's a couple people out here that are holding big amounts. So, as best you can, try to figure out and find out who they are. Go through, search, talk to, talk to any and everybody. And by the way, this could all be the early investors and stuff like that. But look, I would imagine if you look at one of these tokens here, if you look at what they're doing, there we go. 5 days ago, this was transferred in, and they now have 22,693,000. So, and it was coming from this one right here. So we're looking at this right here, and we're seeing that. You got to track this down yourself, by the way. But they're holding 1 billion. They have a max total supply of 1 billion Speedy. So I would be watching to see what all of this is, what that 22 million. Why does it hold 1 billion if it's 22 million? Be careful is all I'm saying. Be careful. 32 million market cap, $600,000 in liquidity right now. Again, if you listen to me to begin with, and you got in when I told you to get in, and you put $500 or $1,000 in. I mean, this is simple economics here. If you got in where I told you to, which was down here at 205, if you got in, then it ripped all the way up here, and then it came back down a little bit, and then boom, it broke out to a penny. When it broke out there, if you sold and now you're riding on house money, then you got your original investment out, and now you've got a nice big pump over here. So again, if you put 500 bucks in and you took 500 bucks out when it came up and you got 100% profit, then you still had 500 bucks in there at a penny. and now it's trading at 3 cents, which means that their 500 is now 1,500, which means off of 500 you made 2,000 just by listening to me, and you already got your money out. Now, if you didn't get your money out right now, then now would be a good time to take your initial investment out and then ride on house money in so much as you might have done that. And if you do, then you're going to be just fine. All you got to do. Anyway, let's go. Let's move on here. MSI TickerTrending. So if you want to go check out TickerTrending, by the way, boom, 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 boom. Let me TickerTrending.com. So this is what TickerTrending.com looks like, and you can see right here. There's a list of super trending tickers. There's MSI, Doug, Sato, Speedy, Spectre, Bear, T-Dog, ETH, Spike, and Shield. These are the top 10 right now. This is when they were launched. This is how you can find them on all of them. This is where you put the hearts and the stars and you follow them and stuff like that. Then you have your own dashboard over here and you have your own watch list. I have MSI, Speedy, Ethereum, and Bitcoin on my watch list. But you can also trade on this platform, I think. And if you can't right now, then you might be able to soon. You have, and you can, by the way, you can submit your token in here for trending purposes. So, and I don't know, by the way, if it's available yet for everybody to use, but, you know, I'm giving you kind of the early stuff, if you will, here. But these are the ones, this is what's recently been added. These are the blockchain tickers. These are the utility tickers, and these are the AI tickers. Like all of this stuff is out here. This ticker trending is going to be fantastic for the MSI token. So if you haven't already, go check out MSI. Now, MSI having a little bit of a sell-off last night or this morning. A couple of hours ago, you had to move down here from 16 down to 14. Perfect accumulation spot. If this is a broad reversal move, which I showed you on the chart earlier, probably a move to 25 to 27 over the next little while, which is going to be about an 80% increase if it does, in fact, do that. So check out MSI token to DevvE. Also for DevvE, this is, look, we're getting close right now. I'm reading the chat. I'm reading all this stuff here. This is Roger, by the way, Roger Tomino. He's the founder of AvicPay. We talked about AvicPay for a while. This is him on Honduras national television talking about the DevvE blockchain and why all of these matter. And by the way, you can see here El Blockchain, La Solución, Los Fraudes Electorales. This is the blockchain as a solution for electoral fraud. So this is the DevvE ecosystem moving into another space. Guys, I can't stress enough that if you fade DevvE, you are going to regret it. And by the way, when I look at the price action on DevvE right now, trading at 25 cents, I'm telling you right now, this thing, and by the way, just to give you an idea where the developers think that this is going to go imminently, right here, $50. By the way, that is 200x, I think, 400x. That is 400x from where it is right now. And by the way, when I tell you this, they're talking about, they think when, as soon as they make the announcement of whomever it is that they're partnered with, that's what's going to happen. Like they're not even playing around when it comes to the capacity once we figure out and once there's an announcement made on who they've partnered with, and it's going to be like one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's just going to floor the whole crypto community in their estimation. So does that mean it's BlackRock? Does that mean it's Fidelity? Does that mean it's Invesco? Does that mean it's the some kind of federal government? What does it mean? I don't know. And look, that's all third-party speculation. I'm telling you that the team seems excited. The team is excited, but they can't reveal anything because they don't, like there's no details that I can get. So I can't tell you because I don't know. But here's what I know. I know that it broke out. Let's zoom here. I know that it broke out. I know that it successfully back tested. I know that after that, it continued to surge. I know that right now it's in the golden zone, just above that golden zone. It broke down into it again, and it's going to retest the top of its next impulse move. Now, is this the impulse move right here? Maybe. If it does, then it's going to go up to $2.24, $2.25. I'm going to remove that right now, and we're just going to focus on the big ticket here. It could go 10x. from where it is right now in a moment's notice. And by the way, if it did do that, DevvE is 10 million market cap. So it would only be going to a 100 million market cap if that were the case. That would be child's play from where it ultimately would intend on being. So, you know, we're looking at a multi-billion-dollar market cap project that you can get into right now for $10 million. So check out DevvE and do it before time runs out. We already talked about Saitama on Solana. Let's talk about Coins Chick because, you know, Coins Chick. And let's see what's going on over here. I don't know what that is. Am I scared? I am now. I wasn't before, but now I am. But also, CC now has a new all-time high. It looks like we just saw that one not too long ago. Let's see where it is right now. 1491. It looks like, okay, so new high at 1675. Then it sold off down to 1491. This is on the 1 hour. So this was at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, hit a new all-time high. It just continues to assault all-time highs. And look at this. It's almost playing out perfect. So what's the next move over here? Consolidation right to here. And most likely 17 is coming up very, very shortly. Again, continues to move. So if you haven't already, get yourself a bag of CCC because otherwise you're going to just absolutely miss out. And that is it for the show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do I like Ondo? Yeah, I do like Ondo. As a matter of fact, I like Ondo. I like Arrow. There's a bunch of different ones that I really do like, but I just don't talk about them. You know what I mean? And I know Ondo Finance, by the way, this is one of those RWAs. This is one of those gold ripping to an all-time high. Gold prices. Oh, gold is breaking out. Let's go look at gold real quick. There we go. Gold all-time high, continuing to break out. What a nice run that gold's having, by the way. 1900 back in February to 2700 today. People are concerned. The investors of the world are concerned right now that our governments do not understand what's going on and they are looking to hedge themselves. So you should probably be concerned as well. So that's it. That's the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, if you don't go to Cryptonomy, you probably eat snails through your butthole. So you should go to Cryptonomy.finance today. Make sure you go check out Ultrarevo.biz for your staking. CoinW. I need signups for CoinW, but I've only had 2 signups, by the way. We got everybody signing up for KCEX all the time. CoinW, sign up today. Anyway, guys, that's my time. We'll see you tomorrow. Folks, I'm about to stake 10,000 XRP in my Cryptonomy.finance account for a 9-month yield. Okay, transaction complete. Let's move on to the next thing. Not only are you able to stake your crypto, not only are you able to earn yield off of new cryptos launching, you can also borrow stablecoins, borrow fiat, and borrow crypto. Additionally, folks, there are several big things that are in the pipeline: strategic collaborations, the global unicorn selection expansion, and then this drives significant returns by identifying and supporting high potential early stage ventures. And if you are worried about the market, don't be, because Cryptonomy.finance is prepared for market volatility. They are playing both sides of this coin. They are going long, they are going short as the market allows it. And you, my friends, have an opportunity to earn some yield off of these. Go stake at Cryptonomy.finance. Let's talk about what matters with Cryptonomy.